Good evening, Simran Rehil ma'am. It is a great honor that you have joined in this interview to share your views on the present and future of online education. And to say a few words about Simran Rehil ma'am. Simran Rehil ma'am have already touched 30,000 more people, providing counseling and soft skills training. After completing her master graduates program in clinical psychology and psychotherapy, ma'am has continuously upgrading her professional skills and knowledge by completing her certifications in clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner certification, career counselor analyst, and certified cybercrime intervention officer, and also cyber psychologist. And ma'am has the mission to give awareness to all people so that awareness on mental health to all people so that nobody end up having any mental health issues. And we are so thankful to you, ma'am, for joining in the session. And ma'am, you can go ahead to share your views.
Thank you, Satya, for first of all introducing me in such a great manner. But I'm just a human being like you. We are doing something together to bring some changes in the world, so that what we got from the society, we are giving back to the society. And I'm very happy to know about your vision and your mission, and especially the name of your institution, which is Smile. It's such
Thank
a
you,
good
ma'am.
gesture, and it the smile which connects everyone together, right? And because I was once a soft skill trainer, so it was my first, you can say, word with the team. I was training always that let's see who all are smiling, right?
Yes.
So it was wonderful connecting with the Smile institution, and you are doing it as a startup for inclusive, education, so that each and every child is reached out in this era, right? And we all know that we live in a hyper connected world. We all are in that kind of environment where everyone is connected together, and this is the era where blended learning is the actually theme, where hybrid courses are made so that we can actually reach out to each and every individual according to their skills and abilities, right? And I was just wondering, when I just look back in history, how the things are changing. Like uh, during the agriculture age, education was not much of the focus. It was like labor oriented management, and most of the technologies, I think it was bare minimum technologies were used. Mostly manual things were there, right? And then came the industrial age, when the technology was little more advanced, and it evolved, and industries used to uh, have machines which were operated by the men. And then the education system, they needed managers who can manage the human beings working on the machines, right? And then after the industrial age came the information age, which we all are aware of right now. Just before this age, there was an information age, and which was based where man and the technology, they became one. And the technology was evolved so much, like during the ending of, I think, industrial age, we just happened to develop a first computer. I believe that time it was developed, and the computer was also actually criticized by many. When there was a change, whenever there is a change, it is always criticized by people, that it's not going to, like, people are not going to adapt it, or it's not going to happen. But eventually everyone adapted it, the change which is actually required for the next generation. And then when I was talking about the information age, where the man and machine became one, and globalization was there, right? Here the technology was even more evolved, and we were more involved in the information, and information was on our tips. right? And the schools and education system, they started involving the technology in the schools. They started having smart boards. Instead of having blackboards, they started having smart boards, and that students were given computer classes, the big classes, and they were given all kinds of information on technology, how to use it, right? It was like basically from, let's say, from 3D something like 4D, it came on the four dimensions. And then came this age, which is the innovation age, the age which came suddenly, and the age where thinking was required. We have already trained the students in the information age. Some kind of structured education was given to them through the schooling, traditional plus mixture of technology, everything was involved there. But suddenly the innovation stage, the age that came because of some let's say some kind of environment that was there, that it became a need for each and everyone to adapt technology right now, right here. And students who were having skills to adapt these kind of changes, they were very easily into it. But the students who were actually not into the information age, or there was something that was lacking in their part or in their area, the traditional area, remote areas where technology was not reached at that time, they were actually set back at that time because they were not having skills to adapt the change which was required. So, in this innovation age, it is actually uh, for the public interest and for the public good. We need to require the change in the education system, which is actually happening now because CBSE and other schools, they have already started, bringing in new education policies so that we can reach out to maximum students to so that they can work according to their abilities and skills, not according to the degrees we required, right? So what happened was like we have seen through the history that whenever there was a need to change, whenever there was some kind of real problem, there was always an innovation, right? So now this time COVID era is there, and because of the environment, the kind of setup is like this, that we cannot go outside in traditional way and have a education in a basic setup thing. So there was a change that was made, that all the schools went into a virtual platform. Okay, like your institution came, and maybe you, what I felt during my counseling sessions, I saw many young, age students who were like in 22 to 30 years of age. They were actually, there were some who were not able to adapt that change because they were missing the skill. They were very intelligent. IQ quotient was very good, but somewhere they were not having digital skills, which is actually required. And these, apart from these digital skills, we required some kind of other skills as well. Okay, like for that, we need to bring change in the future education. That is, we are putting more on the virtual platform and we are giving online education. And most of the students, like you are a young person who has started this startup where you have that vision that you're going to include, give a platform where, the education will be provided to maximum students. So you have started with that kind of vision, and it is going to flourish with the future that is going to come, right? So in that way, we all have to think in a team to provide some kind of environment or system which may be semi structured, which may give students opportunities, or we can create some kind of courses that can be based on the skill and abilities of different people. And then when we are providing it to the students, we are giving them free choice. Online education is always giving a free choice which course you have to pick up. So when the child has that free choice, the child is not pressurized. The child is working with their own personality traits to find what their interest areas are. So in that way, there is an improved quality in the person who can work for the future, and the satisfaction is more, and the person can adapt any other changes. As we know that change is, it's not predictable. Like it is written in Gita also, that world is ever changing. So when the world is ever changing, so we have to prepare the child in a way so that the child can adapt to the present problem and innovate something to, so that they can stay in a happy way. Like evolution we have already seen from the history time. So for that, I believe apart from digital skills, we have to create certain programs which involves, I think, collaboration, communication, then their creativity we have to enhance, and the critical thinking. I'll give you a simple example. Like you were creative. You actually thought some kind of, there is a problem that you gave a critical thinking into. You solve the problem. Okay, this is the problem students are facing. Uh, their online education is not reaching to the areas where it is supposed to go in a way. So you thought about that problem. You were having that critical thinking. So you created this kind of platform for them. This is creativity. And then you started communicating with them to spread awareness. And then you collaborated with all the people around the world. It's not only the Tamil Nadu or only the place from where you are, right? So it's kind of thing that was in you. So you were able to establish your vision and establish your passion, and you were satisfied for that also, right? And from you, whoever came in contact with you gave some idea to them, and the idea was taken by them, and they became creative and they created something else. So it's like, joining or the dots and creating something new, right? So it's such a beautiful platform you have provided for children, and this is what is required for each and every individual: to be creative, to have critical thinking, and to collaborate and communicate. Digital skills and digital quotient is very much important. Apart from that, we have to evolve the emotional intelligence also. It has to be combined, right? So that we don't feel that we are separated from people around. Like people say ki technology has come, now people are going to get separated, they will not love each other, they are going to be like that. So all kinds of criticism is coming up, but it's not like that. Human being is a social person, and being will create something to connect with people, right? And that gives a sense of satisfaction. And as I told you, like the technology is ever changes, the industries are changing, and the education system is changing. So I just heard somewhere that it was written, a person who was a futurist, his name is, I think, Dixon or something. He has written one book. So in his book it was written that the this India and China are going to be the education hub. They are going to provide high quality education to the entire world. So it means the universal standard of quality will be provided by tools and techniques which will come from India and China, and they will provide quality of content and set different diverse courses which will involve some kind of web based learning. Like they will involve some kind of video on demand. They will give some kind of VR training. They will give AR training on their in their room. The actual thing will come, and they will learn from that, and they will have their own creativity according to them. So that's promising. It's a beautiful future that is going to come if we adapt in that way. If we resist, then we are going to get pain. But if we don't resist, it will help us in future, going in. And I just want to say one more thing. We know that William Words saying that child is the father of man, right? The child who is born in this era has all the genetic code or universal coding in his mind to create the world he wants. So what we need to provide it only just semi-structured way and the skills that is required so that his coding will come out. He is going to provide us the world that is world of the future, like you are providing. That's such a good thing to see that youngsters like you are coming up and they have a vision what is going to happen and they are preparing it right now for the students of future. So such a beautiful thing that you people are doing. And I believe being proactive is required right now so that we can have a sound pace and the consistency. And I wish each and every educational institution in India, like even your startup, to so that your vision flourishes, and
Sure.
we can see the India as a superpower.
Yes.
Giving the education to the entire world, like our Nalanda University used to give. So that is what a vision is, that I also carry, and I'm very much attached with all the people who are in that kind of mindset. And so thank you very much, Satya, for providing me this opportunity to speak on this matter. We can speak lengths, but I think this much is enough for today, and I am always and every time available if in case you require anything for your students who are coming and taking education from your platform. All the best. Thank you so much. Thank you, Satya.
Thank you so much, ma'am, that you have shared a lot of information from your experience. That is so wonderful. And people, I mean, you meant your words, your sharings encouraging me a lot. And thank you so much for all your views about the present and future of online education. And ma'am, we always request your continuous support on our mission. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you so much.